Still working on our temporary door here that we're trying all our modifications on with. And first we had the door handle, and then we did the mirror, and now I'm working on the inside of the door. I've chopped out the inside panel here, and part of the reason I did that is this portion of the panel where it connects in here, kind of where the door handle is, it cracks. Here's an example of the door before that section is cut out of there. And when I was talking about the cracking, it cracks in here. And this one isn't quite so bad, but it's started, it's on its way. I've seen a lot worse. But also these doors, they're pretty flimsy in here. Like this isn't a real solid setup. And so I partially want to strengthen it and just kind of improve things for disassembly and reassembly and things like that. And also too, I've made those other modifications, so I figure if I'm gonna modify it, I'm gonna do the whole thing. This is the old one that I cut out of there, and you can see here too where it's starting to crack in that corner there. So we're kind of still in the development stage here. We've got to start off with something, and I drew some rough sketches here, and this is, you know, basically the void that's going to be in the door, whatever shape it ends up being, but I just drew it like this for simplicity's sake. And then the whole idea is to create a removable inner panel, but the thing of it is that we're going to have hardware that's bolted onto that inner panel, so we need to access that hardware, and we need to, well, I'm choosing to try and make it removable if it needs to be removed for repair or replacement or whatever. So this is the piece that we cut out of here, and my first plan is that once I put this plate in, this removable inside plate, which is going to be this, I gotta see what I'm dealing with here. And I don't think that I need this portion here that sticks out. I think that I can get away with that being flat, just a flat panel. And then I want to have the finished panel on top of that. So here's an example of the finished panels that you can put on the door, and the one on the right is my preference because it's the old style metal one, and it just simply will bolt on all the way around here. And I think that'll work best because it'll bolt on and fasten on there simply, and I think that's probably what I'm going to go with. But it needs to rest flat against the inner panel. This one here, it has these wires. So those wires will poke into these holes in here and put that panel on. So I'm going to try and retain both options. So that I can put that factory panel on if I want to, and either one of these panels or something different. So when we come back to this inner panel that I need to basically measure it out and kind of figure out where everything needs to go, and you know, a kind of a rough assembly. The first problem is the outside panel, that metal black one that I'm choosing to use, has to rest flat up against this thing. So if this is going to be flat to begin with, and I need another panel to rest flat against that or bolt to it, that was my kind of like my first problem or hurdle. How am I going to get by that, right? So what I did here was I just built like a little bit of a test piece here. So basically this is acting as the finished panel. That's going to rest up against the removable panel in the door there. And this removable panel right here, it has to basically unbolt. So that means that I needed like a counter, kind of like a counter bolt, countersunk bolt in there in order for me to be able to do that. So I came up with these little jigs here, and I just grabbed a piece of 3/4 round stock and a drill out the center. I countersink that so that I can get my Allen head bolt to fit in there, and that's the best option, because if you're going to go with the socket head bolt, well then this has to be bigger, because it's got to be big enough for the socket as well as the bolt head. So this is what I'm kind of going with, and then I just finished that in there so that it'll be flush, and or even just a little bit of a countersink in there, so you don't have a situation where that's going to stick out and kind of compromise the outside panel. So now that I've done that, then I have to fasten this panel to the door. So just for demonstration's sake, I just got this fastened on here, and that's going to represent the door here, the door skin, and this is going to be the removable panel. And there's going to have to be some measuring done in here to see how this is going to have to be basically fastened onto the door here. And also, we still need everything inside to work, right? Like our window operator and everything like that. So this is just a rough kind of idea of what I got going on here. So this will be the door, this will be the removable panel, and then this is going to be represent the outside panel. And once I got it all figured out and some kind of template on what I'm going to do here with the interior door panel, and fasten that to the door, and then lastly the finished panel on top. So there'll probably be more to come. This is going to take quite a bit of work to figure out, but that's the rough idea right now.